Hello. Just waiting for some people to join. I'm Kathie the Psychic. And tonight I wanted to... Hi, Felicia. You got in just before the bell. You literally just joined before the bell. Cool. You're the first one, so I'm going to wait for some more people to join, but I wanted to talk tonight about some metaphysical stuff. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them out and I'll try to answer what I can. Felicia, do you have any questions about anything metaphysical? Tarot or psychics or energy or numerology, anything? Hi, Mike. We're going to be talking about metaphysical stuff tonight. So if you guys have any questions, Mike, do you have any questions about anything metaphysical? I can talk about energy or anything metaphysical. One thing I did want to say about energy, energy is in everything that we do. Oh, well, I'm not doing psychic readings tonight, Mike, but feel free to email me and I can set up a reading for you, a private reading for you. Tonight we're just talking about general topics. So, but as I was saying, energy is in everything. You know, your thoughts, gosh, the table that you're sitting at, the chair that you're sitting on, everything is energy. And that's true for your thoughts as well. So it's really important to try to get in the habit of just thinking positive thoughts as much as you can. I mean, I know that we're all human and it's not always easy to keep our thoughts as positive as possible. Hello, Ramona. So it's not always easy to keep our topics or our thoughts as positive as we can, but try to get in the habit of it as much as you can, because when you... Hi, Cynthia. Can negative energy be properly disposed of in the form of revocation? What do you think of revocation? I'm not sure what you mean by revocation, Cynthia. What do you mean by that? Can you explain? Because I'm not sure what you mean by that. Negative energy, there's some things that you can do to get rid of negative energy or to help get rid of negative energy. One thing that is really good for that is if you get some black candles, black tea-like candles, those will help to absorb negative energy. So black candles are great for that. They're not always easy to find in the store unless it's Halloween. But if you know, you can order them online. I would just look for wherever is the cheapest that you can find. I see what you're saying. Turning it around, you mean, I think you mean aiming it back at where it came from, Cynthia. Is that correct? If that's what you're saying, no. That's not the best thing to do. What you can do is you can kind of say an affirmation like, I'm a mirror and I reflect everything back out into the universe. Yes, the universe, Cynthia, that's correct. So, but you don't want to, you don't want to aim any negative on anyone, even if someone's sending it to you, because anything that we put out, and that's where I started off on this video with our thoughts. If anything that we send out is like a boomerang, it's going to come back on us 3 times as strong. So we don't want to, if we're having a kind of a difficult situation. Yes, that's correct, Cynthia. Let the universe take care of it. Just kind of reflect it back out into the universe. Let the universe take care of it, and that way you don't have to worry about it coming back on you, because it will come back on you 3 times as strong. So, especially if you're going through a particularly, stressful situation, you don't want that to come back on you. Oh, no problem. No problem. But yeah, our thoughts are energy. So we if we can, try to get in the habit of doing thinking as positively as you can. If you kind of catch yourself thinking negatively about something, which is easy to do, we're all human. Just try to catch yourself as much as you can and see if you can flip it around. It's not always as easy to do, but if you get in a habit, they say, I've seen varying things on this. They say it takes 21 days to form a habit. I've seen some places say it takes 90 days. Either way, it takes some consistency, but if you can try to do that, it does help, because if you get in the habit of sending out negative, what you're doing is the boomerang effect is going to be 3 times as strong negative or positive. So send out positive, then 3 times as strong positive is going to come back to you. So that's what you would like to have surrounding yourself is positive energy. You're sending it out and you're sending it back. It's coming back to you. Another positive about sending out positive energy is that the people around you will not pick up any negative if you think negative thoughts. If you're sending out positive energy with your positive thoughts, that's going to send positive energy to the people around you that you love. So it's a good idea to try to, like I said, think as positive as you can. I know it's not always easy. And we're all human, and it's even hard for myself sometimes, but try to get in the habit if you can. But like I said, if you do have some negative, like I mentioned before, black candles is a great way to break apart that energy. I would light one every day, and you don't want to blow the candle out. You want to let it burn all the way out so that it has its most powerful strength, and the black candles help to absorb the negative energy. So some things to draw positive energy and protective energy would be to burn white candles. White is one of the best candles, one of the best color for drawing that positive protective energy back to you. So that's a great one. Does anyone else have any other questions about anything else? Did you still want to talk about energy? Did you have any questions on another metaphysical topic? I think there's a few of you on. Cynthia, did you have any other questions? I'm a real big believer in trying to be as positive as possible, and I have seen it work. I've seen, when you kind of get into that negative loop, and it just kind of snowballs on itself, and sometimes you can't help it. But, just try, the best you can to get in the habit of doing that positive. The more positive that you do, the better. I'm trying to think of some other good examples for energy. Numerology is great to attract some certain energy that you're looking for. I made a post on the group page earlier that the number 7 is a great energy for, it's a leadership energy. So if you're trying to start a business, you know, you can attract this leadership energy, which, and like it being an expert, being an expert in your field. So if you're trying to start a business and you're looking for office space, you know, you want to calculate the numbers in the address, or if you're getting a business phone and you're looking for a new phone number, you want to calculate the numbers in the phone number. If they can add up to a 7, you know, you may have to go around the counter and ask the, you know, the carrier if you can see what phone numbers are available. But if you can add them up to a 7 for a business, either phone number or a business address, that's a great energy to attract for a business, because the energy that you are attracting to yourself is that you are an expert in your field, and people will, hi Maureen, thanks for joining. People will they won't know why, but they will just be picking up this energy from people that you know what you're doing, that you are more than qualified, and they're going to feel comfortable doing business with you, and they're not really going to know why. Hi, Mikkel. I hope I pronounced that right. So that's a good energy. So numerology is, you know, a great way to try to attract some energy too. And let's see, Cynthia, you said, what about clearing chakras? Chakras is similar in I have to admit, chakras, I'm not a huge expert on chakras, but I do know that chakras, you can help chakras and help with or clearing, you know, blocked chakras, again, with some energy work. If you're feeling like you have some blockages, I would burn light green candles for that, because that is healing. And so that's going to help clear up that. But again, I'm not a total expert on the chakras. I'd be happy to research that for you, and I can post some stuff on the group page. One thing, you constantly see 37 in license plates, time on the clock, and everything. Okay, so 37, that's actually a really good question. Seeing repetitive numbers is definitely a message from your guides, your spirit guides, guardian angel. So they're trying to get a message through. 37 there, or 73, yep, it's basically you're seeing a 3 and a 7. So for the number 37, that's two-parter. You're seeing a 3, which deals with, you probably need to focus on communication with people and dealing with people. The 7 would be opening up your spiritual, psychic awareness, trying some meditation. That would also help to clarify the message too, if you're working on opening your own psychic intuition. And then of course, if you add the 7 and the 3, that equals 10, you drop the 0 and it's a 1, which is telling you to focus on yourself. So you need to focus more on yourself for the 73 or the 37. So your guides are trying to nudge you to spend a little bit more time focusing on yourself. It doesn't mean that you should go around and, you know, forget everybody else and just, you know, only exclusively focus on yourself. But you need to spend a little more time paying attention to yourself, loving yourself, and doing things for yourself. So, you know, that anytime you see repetitive numbers, it's always a message from your guides, and it's usually indicates something that you need to focus on. So for the, like I said, for the 7 and the 3, either 73 or 37, that's what I would get from that. Hi, Jillian. Any other questions that some of you that are on have about any metaphysical topics? Hello. Yeah, another great thing, anytime you need to draw any kind of specific energy to you, candles is, I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in candle work. I already mentioned that the black candles help to absorb negative energy. White candles help to bring like a protective, positive energy towards you. How do you know, how do you do the tarot cards? Can you do them if you don't have the spirit? You can, yes. And I think by Jillian, I think what you're saying, if you don't have the spirit, do you mean if you feel like you're not psychic? I think that's what you're saying. You know, everyone has guides, and I do feel that everyone can do tarot cards. So I'm psychic, and I do my tarot cards. I kind of incorporate them into my psychic readings. But sometimes I will lay out cards and I get something that I'm not even seeing in the cards. And I do feel, hi Erica, I do feel that yes, anyone can do cards. I think everyone has the psychic ability, and sometimes it may take some people longer to develop than others. So, you know, it may take a little longer. I think reading cards, you know, there's 78 cards in a tarot deck, and, you know, there's reverse meanings, and the cards have multiple meanings, so there's a lot to remember. But, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that if you feel that you're not psychic, even though everyone is, just to varying degrees, but yes, you definitely, I do feel that you can. You know, another thing is meditation. If you wanted to open up your own psychic intuition, meditation is a great way to do that. You know, again, consistency is the key with that. Take 10-15 minutes every day, whether it's, you know, for when you first wake up in the morning or the last thing that you do before you go to sleep, and just clear your mind. Focus on nothing. And then once you're kind of, you know, relaxed and you've cleared your mind, talk to your spirit guides, your guardian angels, and, you know, just say that you would like to be more open psychically and intuitively, and any messages that you would like to, you know, get that message clearer. So meditation is definitely a really good way to do that. Light purple candles. There I go back to the candles again. Candles are, hi Shannon. Purple candles, the color purple helps to open up your intuition and your own psychic ability. So again, if you just do a little, you know, like lilac colored candle every day, let it burn all the way out, you know, your own intuition will start to open up a little bit more every day. But, you know, I guess developing and, I don't know what the right word is, developing maybe, or opening up more, being more comfortable with your intuition. It takes time. It's not something that you could learn overnight. But again, the key is consistency. The more that you try to do it, then the easier it does become. You have dreams that you see scenes, and then they come true sometimes months later. Well, so what's happening, Jillian, is you're having premonitions. And that's a form of psychic too. We get many messages from our angels and guides in our dreams. So dreams is a big way that we get our messages from our guardian angels. But yeah, if you are seeing scenes in your dreams and then they come true, those are premonitions, and I would say you're open pretty much psychically, and that could just be your method or your medium that you, yeah, it guess it would feel like deja vu, but, you know, they're really premonitions. So, you know, if you wanted to develop your intuition, you could. You know, you just need to consistently, like I said, meditate, try some meditation, burning the purple candles. That will help to open that up a little bit more. Talking to your spirit guides and your guardian angels and asking them for help to open up is a great way to do that as well. And then patience. You know, it's not something that's going to happen overnight. So, you know, you just have to have patience and, you know, just practicing, you know, keep working with it. Keeping a journal is another great way. I tell clients to do this all the time. When you get a gut intuition, when you get a dream that feels very real, when that's usually astro traveling, by the way, when you know, anytime you are getting a feeling about something or whatever, try writing it down and keep a journal of everything, of all your intuition or psychic feelings that you're getting about anything, about a person, about a topic, about a situation, and just put the date and keep a journal of everything. And then as time goes on, look back through stuff and see if, you know, see how accurate you are. And I bet you will find, you know, anyone will find that if they track that strictly based on their intuition, you know, they're going to find that they're getting some pretty accurate, interesting advice. So that's kind of another neat little thing that you can do to open that up a little bit. And, you know, that also helps with your confidence too, listening, because it's not always easy to trust your intuition. You know, some people have a hard time, you know, especially if it's something, especially if you're picking up intuition that doesn't make sense, then, you know, it's easy just to say, oh, I don't even know what that is. I'm not going to listen to it because it doesn't make sense to me. And sometimes, you know, intuition doesn't always make sense, but sometimes it is nevertheless the right way to go. So it would be interesting to track if you kept some kind of a journal and just look back after a period of time to see, you know, what you wrote down, how things played out in a situation, and see if you were accurate with anything. It's kind of interesting. Anyone else have any questions about anything? These are some good questions tonight. And I'm glad I can see the comments tonight. I couldn't see them the other night. Trying to think, going back to energy. And this is kind of touching on colors too. But colors, you know, I use when I do the candle energy, I'm doing it to, the candle work is to draw certain energies to me. Let's say light green is good for health. So if you're having, and not just physical health, this could be for spiritual health, mental, emotional, and certainly physical as well. But light green candles, if you burn one, you know, particularly when you're not feeling well, that helps you, you know, send healing energy to you to help you heal quicker. That works really well. Light green is also for attracting money, new jobs, or promotions. And the key with that, again, is consistency. So if you are maybe low on finances, low on funds, burn a light green candle every day. Make sure it's a tea light so you can let it burn all the way out. Anytime you're doing candle work, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. You don't need scented candles or anything like that. Just plain, get the cheapest ones you can find. But just, you know, be consistent, do one every day. And, you know, that'll help to attract money. So that's a good one for money. Let's see. Yellow. Yellow's a nice, very nice color. It's a very positive energy and it's a very happy energy. So that's a good one if you're feeling, I don't know, a bit depressed, if you're feeling just kind of down, maybe a little sad or just bummed out, or you're feeling, you know, blah. Burn a yellow candle every day for a few weeks, and you'll see that that'll help lift your spirits. It's a very happy, uplifting, kind of energizing color. So that's a good color for that. But yellow also is for clear, very hyper-focused thinking. So if there's something, let's say you have an exam coming up if you're going to school, or maybe you're getting training at work and then there's going to be a test at the end of the training. Anything that you need to really focus on clearly, yellow. Yellow is the color for that. And again, that just helps to, you know, make your thinking very clear, consistent, strong, so that you can concentrate on what you need to. Let's see, what other colors can I tell you about? Light brown. By the way, if you're doing any candle work, you want to burn the lighter shades of any of the colors that you can. The darker shades have the negative aspect of what you're trying to do, and the lighter the shade, the more positive it is. So you want to stick to like medium or to light. You don't want to go real dark on any of the shades of candles. Light brown will help with stability. So if you feel like you're in a situation that doesn't feel very stable, let me think of an example. Maybe some things are going wrong at work, and so you're not real sure about how your coworkers are thinking of you, or is your job secure, that kind of thing. Burn like a light tan color candle. That will help to make things stable. Again, consistency. I hate to sound like a broken record, but you know, doing one candle one day is just not going to be enough. You have to do one every day. And what I always tell clients is, you know, you can do it for a few weeks, but it's never going to hurt anything to do it, you know, for months. I'm not saying that you need to, but use your gut intuition to help you as far as the timing of when it may be okay to stop, you know, doing some candle magic. When you feel like an energetic shift, you know, then it will, it'll be okay to stop it. Does anyone else have any questions? We're at about a half hour, so I'm probably going to wrap this up. But I really appreciate you guys joining tonight, those of you that joined. And I hope you enjoyed this session. Do me a favor and leave some feedback on the group wall timeline, and let me know if you enjoyed this kind of session. And I would certainly love to do this again. This is something I'm just brand new. This is my second live feed. So I would like to do something that people are interested in. So certainly leave me some feedback. And if you like this, if you want me to strictly focus on another topic for another live broadcast, I'd be happy to do that as well. But it's been really fun. I hope you got some good information out of the live feed tonight. And I hope you all have a nice evening. And I'd love to hear your feedback. So make sure you leave me some feedback. Have a great night. Thanks a lot.